Isn't it relaxing? Great, great. Well, welcome to the Indie Show. This evening, Karen Smith is here with us, and Karen is a percussionist, and she's a playwright, and she's a director, and so many other things that she does. And she's here this evening to tell us her story, and we're going to travel with her through her musical journey. So, Karen, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Now, such a relaxing instrument.
This is a relaxing
Yes.
instrument. This is called a steel tongue drum, and it can play with the tap of your fingers, or you can play it like I just did with the mallets.
So when our kids ask for drums, should we get them something like that?
I think that is much better. In fact, I use it for a lot of workshops, and especially with kids, and they love it. They kind of, it chills you out. I mean,
that'd
it has
be an
to.
alternative, because when they get the big drums and stuff, they make all the noise and drive parents crazy.
Yep.
So
this is that relaxing downtime kind of drum, and you still get up that energy. You still able to connect with the music, etc.
Is that expensive?
Not really. I got it pretty used off of Amazon.
Okay.
I can say Amazon. Can I say Amazon?
Yeah, you say Amazon, say whatever. But okay, now you are a percussionist and a playwright, a poet, a director, and an educator.
Yes.
Now, could you explain some of those things to me, of things that you do when you in those categories?
Well, they all keep me working because I'm an independent.
That's important, right?
I'm an independent
Okay.
artist, and I think what happens a lot of times with us artists is that you just focus on the one thing that you do, and in life you get so many, you have more gifts than you realize.
Right.
So
okay.
I realize I have quite a number of gifts that I utilize to bring in income, and so far, for the last 7+ years. That's what's been keeping me now more than afloat. And the more visibility I have in each area, especially as a percussionist and a writer, the more opportunities have come through. So
and that's the truth, because, like, I think all of us do 3, 4, 5, 6 different
we all
things
multitask.
to keep our income going.
Right.
Yep. And that's, what do you do as an educator? Do you teach?
I teach drumming. I tell stories utilizing different rhythms. I tell our history. I usually bring a storyteller / poet with me when I do things like that. We go into schools.
Okay.
They come to us because I'm a teaching artist at the African American Museum. So we work with a large population of schools that come wherever. The biggest population I've had at the African American Museum was a whole group of women, of young girls from Singapore last year, and we did this 2-hour workshop with them. It was great. They loved it. They got a chance to learn about the different instruments that I had, and to experience the different rhythms.
Okay.
So it was fun.
How about as a poet?
A poet, I started writing poetry. And I didn't even know I was writing poetry when I could not find a card that said what I wanted it to say.
Okay, that's good.
I decided to write something. I was like, I can write. I write plays, so I was like, I can write something from my heart. And I sent it, and the person said, "Oh, this is poetry." I was like, "Really, it is?" It doesn't rhyme. It's like poetry doesn't have to rhyme, So that's how it came about. Is that I started writing in cards at first. Okay. And then I just started writing about topics that were dear to my heart.
I gotta write that down too.
Topics that's dear to my heart.
Okay. Now, how about playwright? You said you write plays.
I write plays, yes, and it kind of like started writing plays for the same reason. I didn't see things that I really wanted to see, as well as roles that we should be doing and more so really bringing a real message. You know, I'm not a I don't like I can't say I don't like comedy, but I don't like slapstick. I don't like silly stuff.
Yeah.
You know, or things
Yeah.
that make fun of us.
Mhm.
You know, or
Mhm.
you know it's a black movie because somebody's gonna talk jive and they're gonna
Yeah.
do, you know, be running a game or something like that, and that's not true. Everybody, we talk like we talk. You know, but you know, some of us talk very educated. Some of us talk educated and street. You know, or whatever that looks like, and we do things. We do positive things. We raise our families,
Yes,
whether
indeed.
we have
Yes.
2 parents in the household or one or whatever.
Mhm.
You know, we do a lot of positive things, and that's what I show.
Okay.
I come from a big family, so I write a lot about family,
Okay.
family stories, family secrets. You know,
Well, that's great.
sibling rivalry. You know.
And you have an audience for all of that.
So far,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, there's an audience for, you know, those stories. You know, and I don't write with you know, the intent of I have to use so much profanity to make my point. I write. You know, there are plenty of words out here that you don't
Yeah.
have to use
Mhm.
such
Yeah.
so inappropriate, strong
Yes.
language, whatever that is,
Yes.
to make your point. You know.
Well, you know, and I understand that because like Gilbert and I, we record. Okay, we have our own radio station.
Right.
We do the indie show. I teach music, you know, and we do so many things. I love kids. I'm always with kids.
Yep. I noticed that.
I'm always with you. You're trying to talk to me. I'm saying, please be quiet. Please be quiet.
That's quite all right.
But so we do all kinds of things. But in the end, and they're the gifts that God has given us. You know, He's given us these gifts to do.
Right.
All
Yeah.
right. Now,
There's so much about giving back.
yeah, and you have to give back.
You have to.
You have to
It
give
doesn't
back.
work any other way.
Now, how did you choose to become a percussionist out of all the things that you do?
I grew up around music. We always had music
Musical
at home.
family?
No, I'm not. I don't come from a musical
family?
family. I can't underline or quote that at
Okay.
all.
All right.
I don't come from a musical family, but we loved music. And so
Okay.
I heard all kinds of music growing up. My mother loved gospel and opera and classical, and you know she liked a little R&B, whatever. And my dad was a jazz head, and you know then it was 8 of us all together, so
Oh,
everybody had their
boy.
style, and then
Yeah.
some mixed in there. So I heard music all the time, and I was able to always hear the rhythm section or tapping out stuff, and that's kind of how I got started with just playing. I'm completely by ear, or I say a gift from the above.
Okay.
You know, the Creator gave me this gift, and that's how I was trained to keep. I can pick out, you know, in any song, you know, or create that rhythm for that particular song, even if it's not there, and that's kind of how it started. I started with banging on things. And I had
What
interest.
age would you?
I would say like 8, 9, 10 in
Like
there.
8, 9. Okay. So I shouldn't fuss when my kids are banging on things.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't. That's the expression, self-expression coming out.
But that's good though.
Yeah.
And you knew then that that's what you wanted to do.
I felt I did, you know. My mother said, no, drums are for boys. You're going to play the piano. So the piano was like, okay. I didn't have any interest in piano, but I utilized the piano as a percussion.
Yes.
You know, because the piano did have percussive ways about it, you know. And I learned music theory from doing that. But I had no interest in really pursuing a career as a pianist at all.
Yeah.
But the drumming, I eventually got back on track when I moved out on my own and got my first drum when I was like 19.
You know, like when I think of percussion instruments, I always think of the drums. You know, the congas and all that. And I see there's many more instruments in that family.
Right.
What are they? What are they?
Well, I got.
You mean what she bought with you? What's that?
Yeah, I know. It's more. It's more.
I have
Yes.
Let me jump over here on the camera so we can see what's going on.
Okay.
I can bring up one.
Oh, okay.
These are Latin instruments. That's the bongos.
Mm-hmm.
Do this. Okay.
That's the bongos.
Bongo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a better shot of that, what she was using earlier.
Oh, the steel
this
tongue
is
drum.
solid.
Yeah.
Isn't that something? We could write songs with
That
this.
xylophone kind of
This-
sound.
Yeah.
Tip this down a little bit here. Can't get it. Can't quite get it. There it is.
That's really nice. That's definitely an alternative for those kids, isn't
That would drive me nuts.
it?
And I did a lot of daycares this year, and those kids were like, you know, they had no problem with giving them naps after that. They were just like, wow.
That's good. Then.
Yeah, but this is, and yoga classes, you know, anything like that, or just, I find I do some things that I don't necessarily get paid to do, and that's hospice care. I do.
Oh, okay.
I just like to share those moments, those whatever those final moments are, because we still got that connection to that music. You know, even if we can't express it, I feel that sound,
Music is something.
because of that heartbeat,
Yeah.
you know, especially with the drum, that heartbeat is still there. That's what's keeping you alive, for one, part of what's keeping you alive. And, you know, and as we depart from this place called Earth, I feel like that last connection is with that drum sound, that beat. So I've done some stuff like that.
You know, another
Yeah, right, exactly.
another Marcy Francis.
Mm-hmm.
She does something like that also. She uses the shaker rays.
The shaker ray, yeah, yeah.
Shaker rays, and she was doing something sort of like that.
Going to hospice care? Okay. Yeah.
She was doing that.
Yeah, yeah. It's powerful. And it was kind of a fluke because my sister died of cancer. She had breast cancer originally, and eventually it spread to her brain. So this was in 2007, and I took my drum to her to hospital. And though she was very, you know, doped up, etc., she felt that drum. You know, her foot was tapping. You know, she felt the connection to the djembe. Actually, not this one, but the djembe. And I felt from that point on, I said, I know there's still that need for, as you're peacefully leaving, you know, this show, that the music is like a healing piece. You know, they did that for Jeff Duberon. They did for a number of people, you know, to just play that music during their time as they're making that transition.
That's great. That's really
music
great.
is so universal. It's for here and beyond.
And it puts you in all different kinds of
You
moods.
can, yes.
You know, and you know, it can
You
make you
can.
laugh and
Yeah,
cry
you can
and
do all the
make you
above. You can touch
sad
every
and-
emotion you have, you know, and bring out some too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, what is your average day like?
My average day,
That's a transition.
yeah, isn't that something? My average day can be, I can be teaching in the early part of the day. And,
Okay.
I can be rehearsing for a gig that's coming up. I can be running to a gig after that. I can also be writing somewhere in between because I'm a playwright, so somewhere in between that has to happen. I could be traveling somewhere, you know.
So it could be all kinds
It
of
can
things
be,
happening.
all the scenarios
How
are
do you
like
keep
then.
up with that schedule?
I work out.
Yeah, and that's what you tell
Yeah, I
you
work
eat
out.
right,
I eat right.
Uh-huh.
I have a plant-based lifestyle since 1992. I started this plant-based lifestyle, but I was working out before that. But I wanted to do something else for myself, and I took out everything, you know, and eat a plant-based lifestyle since 1992. And that gives me the most energy because I don't spend time being sick.
Yeah.
If I get sick, it doesn't last that long because I'm constantly rebuilding my immune system and getting rid of the toxin. So if I get down, I take that day to rest or to, you know, and then recharge my body and put in as much. Then I'm off and gone. I'm out again, you know. So yeah, I don't stay sick. I had a flu once before I started this lifestyle, and that was I'll always remember. I was still living in New York. In 91, I was down with the flu. I had the flu. And someone gave me all these vitamins to take, you know. So take this vitamin, especially high in vitamin C. and that's what helped me get better.
Well, you have to give me, man, I take a lot of vitamins.
Yeah.
I work out every day,
Yeah.
too. But you give me some names of the vitamins. So
Yeah,
man, go
supplements,
and
sure, I
take
will.
some.
Yeah.
I have a lot of energy, but,
Yeah.
you know.
Yep. Vitamin C is so important. The
Mhm.
B's is so important.
I take
You
the
know,
B and
yep.
C.
So, and I take a multiple vitamin. But I'm not spending time with medications because they do just the opposite. Where they might fix something per
They
se.
make something else
They make
go
something
wrong.
else fall down because
Yeah,
it really is about making
Okay.
them money, not
Mhm,
us,
mhm.
better. It's making them money. They want us to get dependent on this medication. You know, so that's a racket by itself. That's another play out, right?
Well, you know, Karen, one thing I often wondered, how do you know where to put, like, if you're performing,
Mm-hmm.
okay, how do you know where to put the different instruments in the song?
You feel it. You know,
You just feel
I
it?
bring. Normally, I have an idea what I'm going to play. Sometimes it's an open set, not necessarily, but most of the time I know what the music's going to be. So I kind of like feel it, and I bring some different things to try to accent. That's what percussion's job is, to kind of fill in the blanks. You know, make it full. You know, we have this, that, and
Mhm.
that, and then the percussion's job is to fill it all up.
Hmm.
You know, with the extra rhythms and whatnot, and really get people to move.
So when you're
Happy.
when
We make
when
it
you're
happy.
doing when you're doing a performance,
Yeah.
do you know the songs ahead of time?
Yes.
Or- oh,
Yes,
okay.
yeah. Majority of the time I do. Yeah.
So you can practice ahead of time.
I just listen. That's my practicing is listening, unless
Okay.
the group specifically asks for a rehearsal.
Okay.
But I don't really
Got
sit
you.
and practice.
Okay.
I just listen and absorb it, and then I know what I'm going
And
to
you
do.
come and do it.
Yeah, I'll come and do it.
Okay. Do you do that in recordings too?
Yes.
You do that in recordings?
Recordings usually know in advance what's going to happen, but you know, you still want to try different things. And the best thing about recording is, you know, you can do with this track, this
Yeah,
particular instrument,
yeah.
and then you do that,
Uh-huh.
this particular
Mhm.
instrument, and then the engineer's going to do all the work anyway.
Mhm.
He or she's going to blend it all in,
Okay.
you know, so,
All right.
or take it out, whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
because they've done that too. It's like, we don't want any of that. It's like, okay, you know, I still get paid.
Let me take a minute and say hi
Hi.
to Facebook. Let me see if I can get it. Dum. Okay, Jessica says, hello, Doris, Gil, and Karen.
Hi, Doris.
Okay,
Gil
no,
and
that's
Karen.
Jessica saying that to
I know.
Okay, and she said, I'm in the house. Hi, Jess.
Hi, Jess.
Daryl Gibbs joined.
Hi, Daryl.
Butch Blade Ingram joined. Hi, Butch.
Hi, Butch.
Did you get my text today? Arfez joined.
Okay.
Hi, Arfez.
Hi, Arfez.
Tina Wu.
Tina, woo!
Yeah. She's awesome, isn't she? She's awesome. Okay.
Tina, woo.
And Harfez said, hi, Doris, I'm watching, and hello to Gil and your guests, and love the fact that she plays my instrument percussions. Okay, all right. Antoine Young joined. Carlos says, hello, Karen. I remember you from back in the day, Marcy and Jan and Tina Wu and Lorraine were the ultimate female band. I love your hat, Carlos, Devon, Harold Melvin, and the Blue Notes drummer. Come on down to the top shelf.
Top
On
shelf.
Wednesday nights from 8 to 11 and jam
Where's
with
the
my
top shelf?
band and Shirley Lights. You look great. That came from Carlos.
Hi, Carlos.
Okay. And then Carlos said, do you remember Bob Conga? Yes, I remember him.
Conga?
Yeah, I remember him. I talked to him recently.
Mm-hmm.
I did talk to him recently. Yes. Okay. Sandy, hi Sandy.
Who
That's my
about Dr. Wu?
sister.
Hi, Sandy.
Okay. Matt Green, hi Matt. Thanks for your support. And Matt Green says, hey Karen.
Hey, Matt.
Okay. And Brian Neal joined. Okay. Thank you all for your support tonight. We're going to get back with our interview. So, how many performances basically do you do within a month?
Ugh.
And do you get those performances on your own?
Both.
Okay. Okay.
Lately, what's been happening in the last couple of years is from being visible and working with so many different artists, you get picked up. And I get called a lot for different things, whether I get a physical call or I get a text or I get an email or I get a lot of work from social media. I mean, but a lot of work in the last 2 years came from my social media, my page, and I was going to give up on social media, but the work won't stop coming in, so I won't, I continue to plug it the way I do. I use it as a business, and I only want to shine positive things anyway. I don't get into a whole lot of anything else. I don't even talk politics so much on my page. Not really, other than people should go out and vote, but I don't get into a whole lot of how you should vote or whatever.
Okay.
But I definitely I get a lot of work from Facebook, and I get a lot of work now from Instagram. I don't do Twitter.
Okay. So you're on Instagram also?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram. Karen Smith Drums.
Okay, that's right.
Karen Smith Drums.
Karen
That's
Smith.
it. That's Karen Smith Drums.
Drums.
A
Yeah.
lot of people gonna
Instagram.
see you tonight.
Drums.
And I travel, so I have no problem with traveling. I
There
do
you
travel
go.
for
There you
work.
That's right. That's
I
right.
do go wherever, So
Las Vegas.
I'll go wherever,
Yeah,
Japan.
that's great. That's
I'll
that
go
makes you
wherever.
more marketable
Yeah.
when you can just pick up and go.
I go wherever, So yeah, I love what I do, and I love giving back, and I love working with young people. And I'll include my students, when I
Yeah.
do different things, like get festivals or something
Yes.
that's very family oriented. I bring them along, because I believe they should
Yeah.
experience, what they're doing and let people see, and they're adorable too.
I know. I love
what
kids.
they do.
I love my
Yeah.
students.
They're the future. So I hope they hire me. I tell them, if you make it, you better hire me. Because I help you get your first job.
That's right.
Get your visibility.
Well, do you and Tina and let's say Marcy ever get together and talk
I
about
would love
your...
to.
But you
I
don't,
would
right? You
Not-
don't, because everybody's so busy.
Everybody's really
Everybody's
busy, but
so
I would
busy.
love to. Yeah.
Mhm.
I've worked with Marcy before, and Tina more so on like open jams and whatnot. But
Okay.
I would love for
That
us
would
to
be
get
good.
together.
Mhm.
I keep having an idea. I've
Okay.
done some guest artist work at the Barnes,
Mhm.
and I don't want to tell it too
Mhm.
much about it, but
Mhm.
one of my ideas is to get more of the combination of the young females
Mhm.
coming up and the folks that are more seasoned to work together, do like a concert with a variety of young female percussionists / musicians, and the seasoned ones in there as well.
That may be a good concert,
Yep,
right?
yep. So that's one of my 2020 goals,
Mhm.
to see that happen.
Well, Sheila E., she was a percussionist too, right?
She is.
Still
She
is.
is. I'm
Yes,
sorry.
she is.
I mean, say that. I mean, she is. I don't want to say that. But she is a percussionist.
She's
right?
very much so. Yeah, her dad was, and her uncle. I think that's where she was playing
Yeah.
with them. Yeah, yeah. She definitely.
She'll
She's
have
still
to
out
be
there too.
Yeah, she's still, because I seen her on social media the other day.
Yeah, I think she has some kind of. I don't know if she did a film or a documentary or something. I don't want to quote that, but something to that effect she did of her work. So, well, I would love to go against her.
Yeah, well,
She's
you know
fire.
you know what you
she's
told
fire.
you know what you told me. I said, who is
Put
your
it out there.
favorite percussionist?
Me.
And what did you say? You, right?
I'm my favorite percussionist, and I love
Okay.
other people. I
Okay.
love them, but I am my favorite percussionist
Yeah.
at this time. But I have a host of, I say, musical crushes on so many artists. So
Like
many,
who?
like Marcy, Francis.
Marcy, okay. So
And,
we can make that
Yeah,
happen.
we can
Marcy.
definitely. And Tina
And
Wu.
Tina,
Look
we
what
can
yeah.
make that
Leslie
happen.
says.
Leslie,
Leslie.
Leslie.
Hey, Leslie. Hi, Leslie. What is she saying? She says she gives me all those
I can
names.
read
She
it.
get, yeah,
Is
she
that?
gives-
Oh, she calls you all.
yeah,
those
that's my
names. Okay,
my wonderful
Renaissance woman. Yes.
artist colleague /
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Yeah, we could.
My
we
life
could-
companion. She's wonderful. She's everything. She's
Hamilton.
Yep. She's all that in a bag of chips. She is very talented. We do a lot of work together. Hi. Hi, Leslie. Yeah, she's really good. So that's her titles that she gives me.
Okay.
Where do I'm not so much you. Where did I meet you? Was it
I know where
Shanita's
you
place?
met. Yeah, I know where you met.
You and
yeah.
Shanita had something going on.
Yeah,
Or
she-
actually, Shanita was working with you.
But she probably.
Shanita Jackson, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
when
was
I
there.
had
That's
my
when we met. That's when
my
we first met.
my women's group, the Sisters Laying Down Hands. It's a collective, so
Right.
Shanita was actually one of the first folks that I had part of it.
Lovely voice.
Yes.
Mhm.
So whenever I can get her or pull her in, I pull her in on something.
Mhm.
But yeah, she did. I do this percussion workshops
Mhm.
once a month at the free library. So I had my group when we did the very first one in March.
Mm.
She was part of the opening.
I was so impressed about your hands.
Mm.
When you were slapping them. Oh, I'm like, don't ever slap me. I said, oh, man, she was killing it.
Oh, thank you very much. You know, you get into a zone. You know, it's very
She's
spiritual
good, yeah.
for me. So,
Mhm.
yeah. So I love working with Shanita.
It was on
Shanita
Lancaster
Jackson,
Avenue,
yeah.
wasn't
Yeah,
You
that
like
was,
Avenue?
yeah.
that was one of our early gigs
Mhm.
together. Yep, yep. Sisters Laying Down Hands Collective.
Yeah.
And she's done a lot of work with me over the years. Yeah.
Now, do all percussionists play all instruments?
I think I can't say they play all instruments.
I mean,
but
all in the family or within the family. No.
I say there's percussionists that play a lot of stuff, and then
Okay.
percussionists that sticks to just whatever.
Just whatever it is.
yeah, yep.
The craft. Actual
Like some
craft.
basses only will play the upright bass, and
Okay.
some of them will play also,
Mhm.
the other one with the electric. So, but yeah,
Some prefer like the congos as opposed to
I'm-
bongos.
right, exactly.
Okay.
I'm going to
Yeah.
tune into.
But everybody doesn't play.
I'm going
everything.
to tune in to Marcy, you, and Tina.
Yeah.
You got anyone else you ain't adding in?
Throw Jan in there. Jan, my
Well,
mentor.
well, listen,
yeah, Jan
We,
Jeffries.
now you,
Hey,
Jan,
are you
Jack.
recruiting?
Yeah,
Recruit,
Jan,
yes,
Jan.
yes. Put them down,
Now,
yes.
doesn't Jan play with
Tina,
Marcy?
you hear that?
Yeah.
Jan plays with Marcy,
Yep.
right? Okay.
And Sharon Katz and a host of other. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Now, how about the guys? You got Johnny Croon. He plays bass. George Buzzy. And next week we have Chuck Bazemore.
Oh wow.
He's a drummer.
Yeah, he sure is. He is a drummer.
Yeah.
Drummer.
Johnny plays drums, doesn't he?
Yeah, he
I
plays
think
drums.
he plays drums too.
That's his primary
Yeah,
instrument.
yeah,
But he plays keys too.
yeah.
Mm.
But he was a drummer. That's how he
Mhm.
started out.
Right.
And then it was
like Teddy Pendergrass.
yeah. And George Buzzy, I think, plays drums too. And then Chuck Bazemore, he's next. Like I said, next week he'll be here.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, we talking about the ladies.
I know. I mean, but I gotta give the
You gotta
guys
give the
some
you
clout
gotta give
too.
the props to the folks
Yeah.
coming up, but they're
Okay.
all very talented.
Yeah.
So
Right.
yes.
And we talked about like one of the things Manette Sutler talked about was
right.
Barnett. We're gonna be at the Woodmere, just to give a plug, on October.
okay.
That first Friday, I think October 4th. That's a
Uh-huh.
Friday.
Okay.
We're gonna be at the Woodmere. We're part of this group called the Red Rose
You and
Combo.
she?
Yep, Monette Sudler, Kendra Butler Waters, and Tony Curtis. Mama T, I should say Mama T, Tony
Mhm.
Curtis
Okay.
on vocals, and we're gonna do a tribute to three women that were very instrumental in keeping jazz alive in our community.
Okay.
Which is Intashaki Shange, the poet / playwright for Color Girls, who wrote for Color Girls originally.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Toni Morrison, who we just lost as well,
Tony
Right.
Morrison.
and
okay.
and to the Philadelphia's cousin Mary. You can't not think of jazz and music and housing musicians and keeping communities very much involved with jazz if you don't attach cousin Mary to that.
Okay.
I know in my early years here, cousin Mary used to have the John Coltrane House. She was managing that, overseeing that, and she would have these summer backyard concerts. Like the end of July would always be a Saturday, and I just loved that. Going to the house. It would be, I don't know, $10, I guess. I'm not sure how much it was, and she's a cook, and to have a few people over there helping her,
nice.
and have this wonderful backyard
Neighbors
jazz
would
session
pile
in the backyard. Yeah, it was great.
So you're gonna do that on October 4th?
Yeah, at the Woodmere. So
Woodmere. Okay.
Cousin Mary should definitely be celebrated. Cousin Mary, John Coltrane's cousin Mary. So that we're gonna be doing that.
Okay. Now, do you get feedback from the guys when you're playing? Because the guys, they're,
you know what? If they,
you lay them out.
You know what? Before I play, maybe, but not after I play.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay. That's good. Okay.
So, no, I don't get much feedback other than, wow. And some of the things that she already said, Gil said, but nothing bad. How about that? But when they see you up there, they're not sure if you really can do what you say you're going to do. But after, I don't have any problem.
No problem.
No problem.
It'd be like, you play good for a girl.
Yeah.
Oh,
Say thank
no,
you very
didn't
much.
say that.
Thank you very much. And there's an organization here called Drum Like a Lady.
Likewise.
I like that. Drum Like a Lady.
Drum Like a Lady.
I'm taking my notes.
Latrice Branson, you should have her on your show so she can talk about Drum Like a Lady. But it is a collective of women, and Jan and Marcy are involved with that as well. But it is to encourage women and young girls that, yes, you can play whatever you want. Instruments don't have genders anyway, so they used to have more of a color barrier, if anything, but now it's for everybody.
Either you good or you're not.
It would be nice to put to get them like all on a tune together.
Yeah.
To create this tune, write this tune.
Since we have these
all-
many platforms, we can help people
I
out
think
with.
so. I think you should try to do that.
We can try.
I think you can. I shouldn't say try. You should do it.
Yeah, we can do that, right,
Yeah.
Gil?
Right.
You should do that.
I have
Good
an idea.
project. What's
but,
that?
Since you have that Simply Music 501(c),
There you go. All right.
There you go.
and I know we can do something, to help the kids
Yeah.
and watch all the women come out there and play
Yes, that would be
in
good.
the park, maybe.
Yeah, that would be good for
sounds good.
maybe the early summer,
Yeah,
late spring or something like that.
right.
Okay.
They would kill it.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Put up a
Okay.
sign that said "Women Only."
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's take a minute and go back. We got, see, did we get anybody? We got Marcica. I can't pronounce his name. I'm sorry, honey. Marcio.
Hi.
Madeira. Okay. Hello, how are you? I think that was the only
Join.
one to join in. I think that's the only one to join
Madeira.
in. Madeira. I got Madeira. I couldn't pronounce the first name.
Dear.
Okay. Well, thanks for joining in tonight. We're going to continue. Now, how about, have you ever thought, or are you working on something, if we're talking about CDs, just for Karen Smith?
That's a big goal
Okay.
for sure. I have a list of things that I would like to see by 2020, but I hate to put a year on it.
No.
Because then if it doesn't happen in 2020, then sometimes you get very disappointed and frustrated. So I like to say, well, part of my goal is to get the CD out. That is just focused on Karen, because I play on other people's CD, and we did a compilation CD for Germantown with a number of Germantown resident artists, and my group was one on that CD. But I want to do something of my own.
Yeah.
I think that's natural for artists to feel that way. You just want to do something.
After a while, you just want to
Yeah.
just do something on your
You
own.
just have to find the big thing is finding the time, But
Yeah.
but I'm recording brand new music for a musical that I'm writing as we speak. That's coming out for 2020, and the stage reading is on September 27th, and this is called Awoke. Awoke is the musical. It is about this injustice system that we have set up, the whole pipeline from the public school to the prisons, and the setting of the play, it takes place in a courtroom. Yet the courtroom is a circus. It really is going to be in a circus, and everything takes place in this courtroom. All the dialogue and the stories takes place in this courtroom / circus, because that's how I personally see the justice system, and how it targets, you know who, etc. So that's
what you're working on now.
that's what I'm working on now. I got a grant this past year with Leeway, and to help with some of the my focus on this project, and I just recently got another grant to help with the project as it goes for 2020 to open up as a full-length play. But we're doing a stage reading of it September 27th in Mount Airy at the circus school that's there.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's one of your projects that you're doing now.
Right now.
And the CD
Right
is
now.
something like
The
it's
CD
a
is something
plan.
I think as soon as I clear some path, I think I can get to it.
Okay.
But I have to focus on this.
Yeah.
right now.
Okay.
And I'm writing. I should say we're writing new music as we speak for it, with a number of
Now you
different
said
artists.
I was getting
Yeah.
ready to ask you that. Who's we?
Bert Harris has contributed some. He's a bass player.
Okay.
He has contributed some pieces
Okay.
for it. Manette Sudler
Okay,
also
Manette. Okay.
contributed a piece
Alright.
to it.
Manette. Yes. Yes.
Manette.
Manette. Yeah.
And Dwayne Thomas, he's a writer, singer, actor. He's been working on some things with me.
Hello, Dwayne.
Hey, Dwayne.
Dwayne.
And anybody else actually is open to anyone else who feel like they want to contribute some brand new music with this theme that we have.
Okay.
Because it's still a work in progress. So, and a young rapper, her name is she goes by Rugrat, and she does a lot of positive rap. Positive rap, I should say.
Positive rap?
Positive rap.
Good.
Yep,
Good.
she does positive rap. So she has contributed some pieces to it as well.
Okay.
So it's a
Is
variety.
it a timeline when the music has to be in? I mean,
Well-
if someone is interested, is it a timeline there?
They should do it as soon as possible if they're
Soon as
interested.
possible.
Yeah. If they're really interested, hit me up. Let me know.
Okay. Okay.
It's not hard.
So, October 4th, you're at the Woodmere, right?
October 4th, I'm at the Woodmere.
Okay, and so any others coming up?
This weekend,
Okay, this
I
weekend?
am at Uhuru's has their big book fair in Clark Park, so I'll be there this Saturday.
Clark Park?
Yeah,
Well, that's right around
at
here.
43rd. Yeah, 43rd in Chester. At 10:15 is my performance time, and then I'm in there's in Swarthmore they're having a art and craft fall festival, and I'm there. I run over from Clark Park out there to be on the set with Bert Harris and LB at 11:45, and then I have a project that I curated centered around poetry and song and art.
That is so great.
That's
That's
up
great.
in
Busy.
Germantown.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
just doing just what she wants to do.
Yeah,
That
killing
is
it.
so great.
Yep. So I'll be running up there as soon as I'm done. And at 2 to 5, that's at the Our House Art and Culture Center on Germantown and Johnson Street. And Sunday, there's another fall festival.
Average day, huh?
I know, right? Sunday is starting at 1 o'clock. They have Spruce Harbor. In fact, they're doing a whole fall festival all weekend, starting tomorrow. But my group is on Sunday, starting at 2 o'clock at Spruce Harbor at Spruce Street Harbor. It's called.
Okay.
Yeah. and then I run out this way to.
Where
to
do you sleep?
What's that? What's that? Sleep? What is sleep? I heard about that like 7 years ago. I used to.
That's why she got them glasses on.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping right now. Yeah, One Art Center. It's One Art Center. That's up this way at North 52nd Street. It's near
I know where.
Lancaster.
That's down, what?
And she said
North
she said
Street
Lancaster.
Not the urban arts. Not the urban arts.
Okay.
But
Lancaster.
yeah, near Lancaster Avenue.
Lancaster.
It's on
I'm not familiar.
North 52nd Street. There's a fashion show.
I gotta learn.
Yeah, that I'm playing for. So I run and grab drums and go over there. And what else am I doing? On the 26th, I with a duo. The people can be anything from a duo to however many the vendor needs. So they do a farmers market every Thursday in Germantown. So and they have music, and so we're myself and John Olson. We're doing some music between 4:30 and 6:30, and then what else on the 26th? Nothing. Oh, the play, the stage reading is on the 27th.
27th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At 7:00.
You know, Doris, you should start a page where you got everybody's itinerary.
Yeah.
And I have a website.
Yeah.
So I just updated my website too.
Because that would be good. Because
Yeah.
people can look up and see where you're going to be
Yep.
and what you're
If
doing.
you go to my website, you can see what I'm doing.
What is your website? Let's get
It's www.
Uh-huh.
Dot
Dot.
tiny
Oh,
URL.
I know. This is
Yep.
something about immediately.
No, that's my
Who's
that's
that?
my Gmail that's my Gmail account.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
www. dot tinyurl.com
Uh-huh.
/
Uh-huh.
Karen Smith Drums.
Okay.
That's me. That's
Tiny URL. Okay.
Yep, tiny URL / Karen Smith Drums, and that's I just recently updated it, so
Okay.
you know I'm just finding a lot. And once a month, as I said, every first Saturday of the month, I'm at the main library doing a drum workshop from 2 to 3:30. Free. Free, and the stage reading is also free. It's free. So
Well,
at
you're into a lot of things, positive things, and you keep yourself busy.
yep, and I
Yeah.
still exercise, do all that.
When do
and
you
I still-
exercise, Karen?
When
What? You
that
take
has
a
to be
break.
3 to 4 times a week.
Yeah.
I don't care when
Yeah.
I go. I just
Yeah.
have to get there.
Mm-hmm.
That's always my goal. It's got to be no less than 3.
Yeah.
Somewhere 4. If a fifth one gets in, that's great. But
Mm-hmm.
3 to 4 times a week in order to keep up. Both my parents
I
had
know.
bad hearts, so
Yeah.
and they died too early, and I don't want any of that. So.
Well, I go too, because that's the same. Like my mom and dad had bad hearts too, and I always try to put that into my day.
Right. Yep. That's just it's part of my day.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of my
And
week.
I have to tell you something too that I heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but they said if you exercise and you miss 2 weeks, that your heart it loses 2% or something.
Oh, really?
I'm really it weakens the heart.
Okay.
But when you start back, like
It automatically.
it automatically comes back.
Okay.
So that's good for everybody. And that's good for Mr. Gilbert over there.
Mr. Gilbert over there. Huh? Okay.
Gilbert.
Yeah. I'm at that 2% stage.
He's a
So-
2%.
Okay, now let's talk a little bit about what information can you give to others who are interested in following your footsteps about
Don't
your
do it,
profession? Don't you tell them that? Don't do this.
Go be a doctor.
Get this drum right here to steal.
I really I feel like the arts can be in anything that you do. So if you do a different field, so-called than I do, you can still utilize the arts. If you're a doctor, you can of any kind. You can have music in your office.
Yes.
You can
yes,
have
yes.
art spread out somewhere while the people are waiting you know, as opposed to just getting on their phone or you know, just sitting there. It's something to interact. I think interaction is leaving our generation more and more. We don't interact a lot. We're on our phones, you know, interacting with somebody possibly there or checking emails or whatever, but we're not interacting, and I think it's so important for that
We're
stimulation.
always on our phones.
But
on
if
our
we had
computers.
a nice little drum circle going while you're waiting for, you know, at the market or paying a bill, probably, you know, whatever. I think it's so important to have live music around of some kind, or art or dance or poetry going on. I don't think it should just be in a club or where you have to pay to see it. I think it should be available.
I'll take it back a little bit. Belmont Plateau.
Yeah.
When they come out there with the bongos, the congas, and all that, and they played all day long. We were dancing in the park all day.
Yeah.
long.
So I think all that should be, you know, just available. SEPTA's trying to do something. Recently, I worked on that last Friday. They're doing this whole Music and Move program.
Okay,
So
SEPTA?
yeah, SEPTA.
Okay.
So they had us perform at Jefferson Station, you know, and a lot of people are getting to and from where they're going. From 4 to, you know, so they're like, I guess, rush hour, if you want to say, between 4
But that's
and 5:30.
great. We have great.
Yeah.
We
I
have
think
to,
it's such a stimulation, you know, and
Yeah.
people who are just hanging out in the station because they're trying to stay warm or cool or whatever, you know, I think it's so important to play for them as well. I think they need to realize that they're still human beings and somebody cares.
and it's up to us. When I say us, I mean musicians. You know, to push live music.
Yeah, push live music.
Because if
We
if
should
we
rally
don't-
behind
right,
that,
If
yeah.
we don't push live music, it'll fade.
Right.
You know, the digital is going to take over.
Yep.
So we have to push live music, and that's one
Live
thing
music,
that we
bring
try to
vinyl
do.
back,
Yeah.
back and have
Wouldn't that
record
be
stores.
good? Wouldn't that be good?
Yeah, I'm
The
on that campaign.
Wouldn't that be
Bring
good? Yes.
Bring back vinyl and
Yeah.
record stores.
Yeah.
These people will get paid.
Yeah, right? Exactly,
Yes.
right? They don't have to be always
That streaming's
performing.
killing everybody.
But
Yeah.
do you believe that, you know, like a lot of things happen and then things change and then it goes roundabout and it comes back. So do you think that it'll ever come back, the vinyl?
I
It
think
could?
so. I think it could. I don't think it
Roundabout?
completely disappeared.
Uh-huh.
It's still here on the planet per se. But I think it's make a comeback. Even some DJs are using vinyl again, you know. So I feel like
Okay.
it's definitely
We gotta
Not-
push this live music.
I know.
Gotta
I
keep
don't
it
think
going.
I think we just need to go back to it. You know, I should say, you can still
Keep
do the
music
other
alive,
stuff, but
yeah.
I think vinyl can still be very much alive.
Keep music alive. Okay, how about your email? Someone wants to email you. Is this it?
Have drums will travel immediately at gmail.com.
Do it again, Karen.
Have drums will travel immediately at gmail.com.
Thank you.
Because
You want to give some shout outs to anyone?
shout outs to everybody that I know. Thank you everyone who have been on this road with me. I'm not going to single anyone out in particular, but they all know who they are, if they're listening or not. You know, my family, as far as blood family, and there's my extended family, and there's all the extra support that I've gotten over the years from the new as well as from the old. So thank you all for dealing with me as an artist, as a person, as just
He's a friend.
as a friend, yeah, just as person that cares. I love the planet.
Yeah,
I believe in
you
caring
seem to
about
be
the
very
planet.
people friendly. You know, easy to
Right.
talk to.
She just
You're
said
welcome. What's that?
it. The planet.
It's so
planet.
What
important.
about that food, Moxie?
Okay.
Food and Moxie, I just played for an event that happens every year. They do an annual, kind of like an award / acknowledgement of the folks that help keep this program going. But they have a big garden up in I guess that's still Germantown, Mount Airy-ish, Arboretum, and they do a lot of preparing foods and creating it for co-ops, and because Weaver's Way co-ops have that, and they give for share programs, etc. So, and they help with teaching to farm and things like that. They, give back to the community. They have programs where the kids come in the summer, as well as probably after school too. They have the hens and the roosters.
Because she brought me an egg, y'all.
I gave her fresh egg. Show the size of that egg, but I want people to see what a real egg is supposed to look like before it has been shot up. This is all organic, by the way.
This is my
organic,
egg that Karen brought.
Organic.
This is an egg.
This is an egg. That's what it's supposed to look like.
Bring it down.
Bring it down.
This one.
Oh, this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Is this right?
That's the egg. That's how big it's supposed to be right there. That's it. That's it. It's that's
fresh egg.
Fresh egg.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put this back here. Okay. Now, once again, I want to thank you. Okay. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure.
And, you inspire me because I do a lot of stuff, too. And maybe I need to do more, but, it's
you
really
do what
good.
you can do.
Yeah.
Well, there's always more because it's called a new day. So, it really is.
Yeah. But, okay. Let me say thank you to God for the wisdoms and gifts and talent and love. And may these gifts and talents that He's given us be used to glorify His name. Okay? And then I want to say, what did he say? Okay, I'm going to talk while she's doing that.
Benny Boxdale.
Okay.
Benny Boxdale Jr.
Okay, the Indie Show provides a platform to showcase and promote your musical gifts and talents. If you're interested in appearing on the show, please go to my website, dhjindieshow.com, click on contacts, and send in your information. The Indie Show is aired on Facebook Live on Thursday evenings at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are affiliated with Simply Music Incorporated, 501c3, and Philly Live Radio. Our mission is to provide music instruction, introduce, promote, showcase new and old talent, and give opportunities for the inspired artists to keep our music alive. Help us keep our music alive by donating to Simply Music Incorporated. And you can do this by going to the website and just press the donate button. Next week, our guest is going to be another drummer, percussionist, right? From Sicklerville, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Chuck Bazemore. He's a musician, drummer, producer, composer, arranger, and we will travel with Chuck next week through his musical journey. Just a couple more announcements. Raymore and Flanagan is sponsoring an event for the DHJ Indie Show featuring Winston Gay. And this is going to be Tuesday night, October 29th. Tickets should have been on sale, but they'll be on sale as of Tuesday of next week, and they're $15. This is sponsored by Raymore and Flanagan and the DHJ Indie Show. Now, if you want to listen to some good music, okay, because we always listen to some good music, you need to just go to Philly Live Radio. Philly Live Radio has a lot of good music 24/7, and they have new DJs. You listen to the broadcast station, and the DJs are always good, but we have some new DJs with some new gimmicks and some new things to say. So join Philly Live Radio.
And vinyl.
Yes, vinyl, okay. Anything you want to say before we close?
Thank you both. For
Gilbert,
this is
thank
wonderful.
you for coming. Thank you for coming.
I would like for her, do that one more time.
Okay, let's go. Isn't that nice?
That is so nice.
We need to get one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Benny Barksdale joined
Benny
us.
Barksdale. That's a bad
And
saxophone player,
Nadine
man.
Fambro. and
Nadine, yeah.
yes.
I just saw her on Monday.
Okay.
Hey, Nadine.
Okay, I'm Doris Hall James, and thanks for listening to the Indie Show, and do have a good evening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Listen to the